G'day and welcome back to Ginger Ninja's Movie Reviews. I am the Ginger Ninja and these are my Trashy Tuesday movie reviews. That's right, each Tuesday I am looking at a different trashy movie. Now these can be any movie. It could be horror, it could be sci-fi, it could be comedy, it could be action, you name it. To be honest, I've been looking more at horror, but that seems to be where the trashy horror is. But there are a few comedy and action films coming up. Rest assured they will be trashy. So before we get into this one, you can tell which one I'm looking at. So Slumber Party Massacre from 1982. I do want to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers. I am getting close to hitting 500, so that is amazing to me. Like that, I never actually thought I would, be doing this and getting to 500. So I do want to thank all my new subscribers for joining me on this journey where I talk about films that I enjoy mostly. And of course, all my existing subscribers, thank you very much for sticking with me as I get to 500. I'm this close, I'm really excited for that. So hopefully we'll hit that very soon. And yeah, look, maybe even I might do a giveaway or a live stream or something, who knows. But anyway, that's for the future. Let's have a look at this film. So like I mentioned, Slumber Party Massacre from 1982, directed by Amy Holden Jones. This film stars Michelemichaels, robinstille, michaelvillella, hopefully I'm pronouncing these names right, Deborah DeLiso, brinkestevens, and many, many more. Now let's look at the plot. A female high school student's slumber party turns into a bloodbath as a newly escaped psychotic serial killer wielding a power drill prowls her neighborhood. Now, I will be discussing plot specifics, so there will be spoilers ahead. If you have not seen this one, you've been warned. So, I had not seen this one in a very long time. In fact, I've probably seen the sequel more than I have this one. But this was a really fun movie to revisit. It's a classic slasher film setup with a mix of suspense and gore and a lot of boobs. So that one goes out to my guy, Mikey Moore. Mikey's Moore, fantastic channel. Check him out if you haven't. He's got a lot of great content. He loves these kind of films and he has a great selection. So check his channel out. I'll pop the link down below as well. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this one. Now, it's a slumber party, so let's start off with the cast. Michelemichaels, who played the lead role of Trish, manages to balance the terror of the situation with a strong sense of survival. I really appreciate her character at the start when she wants to have this party to be cool with her friends, but she also wants to be nice and not get in trouble with her parents and whatnot. So there is that. The rest of the supporting cast, they all contribute to the film's unique charm in their own way. Styles' portrayal of Valerie, real blending of humor and horror, which I felt resonated and probably does resonate with the audience in general. Now, Villella, his performance as the killer it did bring a necessary menace to the screen with an iconic power to a weapon, the massive drill, but he also provides this creepy presence and an ominous build-up throughout the film, which was fantastic. Like the first kill, like you don't really see him too much, and as you do see him, he kind of looks like a very normal person. He does have these crazy eyes and whatnot, but he doesn't look like you'd walk past him down the street. So yeah, there's no disfigurement about him. There's no iconic mask or anything like that. He looks normal. And that is part of the scary aspect of his character. Let's have a look at the directing and the writing. So one of the film's strengths lies in its self-awareness. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and it even plays with genre conventions, making it clear that it's in on the joke. Now, I feel the slasher films were just starting, especially in 82. Like you did have your Halloween, your things like that were coming up, and then this one, it kind of had a bit of free reign in a way. So it was able to play with those, genre conventions like I mentioned. Now, The gratuitous nudity, like there's butts and boobs galore in the first 10 minutes, and the over-the-top kills are delivered with a wink and a nod, embracing the era's, niche shock value. The atmosphere and the tension that builds up through the movie was amazing. As I mentioned, with the killer's first kill, you don't really see him, and it does build up. It uses the cinematography in this. They use dark and enclosed spaces, isolated spaces effectively to even enhance that tension. There is a nod of humor throughout, and it's that campy 80s style of humor. The young guy, hitting on the older girl, that was like, it was terrible, it was cringy, but it was funny as well. There's moments throughout this film of both intentional and unintentional humor. It embraces and leans into the typical slasher tropes. However, while there are some predictable moments which can be fun, and the typical 80s horror movie stereotypes, you survivor girl, the jock, the nerd, and there's a lot of cheesy dialogue. There's a lot of fun to be had with the writing in this film. And like I said, the cinematography and the use of those dark isolated spaces and the way it does enhance the tension, spectacular, really well done. Now let's look at the effects. You cannot have a slasher in the 80s without some good effects. Let's start off with the killer's weapon of choice, a massive power drill. It's such a unique and memorable element that it just adds to the movie's kills, and that brings us into the practical effects. They add a very nostalgic touch, and with some over-the-top kills that are in there for shock value, they work. The color of the blood that comes out of the wounds of the victims, it's that bright reddy color in some respects. Like you see it from afar. The particular one was, you have a body, and if I can get a photo of it, I'll pop it up, but you have a body in a dumpster, and you just see this little, you see the redness of the blood. It does stand out, but it's good. The drill holes through the eyes of the pizza delivery guy, fantastic. The low budget aesthetic only enhances the overall experience, and it reminds viewers of the resourcefulness that filmmakers demonstrated during this era of filmmaking. Rewatchability is a tough one. This is not the greatest slasher, and the characters, while enjoyable to watch, they didn't really draw me back to want to rewatch them or make me root for them. It's definitely an entertaining experience, but it's not one that I'm going to go back and rewatch every year or so. Look, the film isn't going to win any awards. It's a slasher film. There's not a lot of depth to it, but that's not the point. It's a fun and nostalgic trip that delivers on its promises to the genre. If you're in the mood for a campy slasher flick with a generous dose of 80s flair, some gore, and a lot of boobs, grab some popcorn, turn off the lights, and enjoy this fun-filled ride. Overall, for a score, The Slumber Party Massacre gets a 7 out of 10. There you have it, my review of The Slumber Party Massacre. Have you seen this film? What did you think of it? Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know down in the comments below, because I do like hearing your thoughts on these films. Of course, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for future content, and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I do release a new video. I'm getting close to that 500 mark, like I mentioned, so looking forward to hitting that, and I've got some big things planned up for the future. So thank you very much for watching. I don't know why that light went off, but thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.